Hello, my dear friends. Welcome to Photon Academy. My name is Harshwats, and today we are introducing tree map and tables with interactive slicers in Power BI Desktop. Power BI Desktop is an analytical software that will help you in understanding your data set through various visualization in different data models. Now let us go further and talk about the point to be discussed in this video. So in this video we will particularly talk about 3 points. In the first point we will tell you how to make multiple slicers. Then after making a multiple slicers we will introduce a tree map in your visualization. So after introducing a tree map, for much more information we have to or we will add table in our visualization. So all this will be done in a Power BI desktop. So to understand everything we have to go to the Power BI desktop. Now let's go to the Power BI desktop itself. Now we are in Power BI desktop in a data model interface and specifically in report view section, because only in report view section you will be able to see the visualization. Now let's get back to the question of the video, in which we will introduce and tell you how to make a multiple slicer. So if you want to know or edit the slicer, you can go to my previous videos and see about the introduction of slicer, in which I have told you about making changes in the format of a slicer. So to introduce a multiple slicer, first of all we have to create a new page. So to make a new page, we have to go into the lower part of our Power BI desktop. In here, you will see a positive sign, that is for our introduction of new page. When I click on it, you will see there is one new page that has been introduced into a report view. So we have to create a multiple new slicers. So how do I do that? So that is quite easy. For that, you just have to go into the visualization pane. In the visualization pane, you will see the slicer. So when I click on it, you will see there is one slicer that is available to you now. And for that slicer, we will introduce the year wise specific. Now for that, I want a year specific slicer. So I will click on a year. After that, drag and drop it into the field section. Now you will be able to see the slicer that is year specific. I will increase the width of it so it would be easy to make an edit in our data set. Now this is enough, I hope. Now I will decrease the size of this slicer so the other slicer would fit in. After this slicer I would require a new slicer to be put on. So to do that, again I have to unclick or unselect this, and after clicking on a report view anywhere, not just on that slicer, because if I click on that slicer and again I have just put on a visualization, you won't be able to see any changes because the new slicer won't be being able to generate it in our report view. To generate a new slicer, again just click on a report view anywhere, so it would be unselected. After that, again go into the visualization pane, again click on a slicer. When you click on a slicer, again you will have a slicer that is blank. Again I want a thing that is introduced in a field, so I will introduce a region name. For that, in a dimension region, again I will go into the region name, drag and drop it into the field. Now you have the region name. So again I will decrease the size of it so it would be easy to amend it. Again just put it here. Now after this, again I want to introduce one more slicer. So this is year specific, this is region specific. I want to do one more, that is category specific. For that, again I have to go into the dimension age group. So I will click on it. So before going any further, first of all I have to introduce one more slicer. For that, you have to just click on a report view, so you will be able to go into the visualization section. Again you will click on a slicer. Again you will get a new slicer here. Just increase the size of it. After that, you will have a field option. I want to put in category in here, so just click on a category and drag and drop it into the field section. Now you will have a category. Now this is how you will make a multiple slicer. So in this video I'm not telling about formatting of this slicer. If you want to change the format and do multiple changes in it, you can see and go in my previous videos about introduction of slicer, in which I have told you about making changes and making format changes in our slicers. For now we just use this slicer. Now if you see, I want to click on Asia and Africa and child, but the problem is here that we are not seeing any visualization. That's why it is not much affecting us. So we have to create a visualization. Now, how do I create a visualization? So I am not introducing any column chart now. I will introduce a tree map, because as I've already told you in my point to be discussed, I will tell you about the tree map. So how do I do that? So for that also you just have to unselect everything. By unselecting, that means you have to just click on a report view anywhere, just not on the slicer. Because if I click on a slicer and if I again click on a tree map, which is here, so this is field map, so this is a tree map. So if I click on it, then it will become a tree map, which I do not want. I want it to be a slicer. So again, I will get back into that. Again, I will unselect it so that it won't be able to change. So to increase, so to create a new visualization, again, I will go into a visualization pane, introduce a tree map. So this is a tree map. I will increase the size of it, so you will be able to easily see that. So just put it above. Again I will increase the size of it. Now you have a tree map in your visualization. For that to do, we have to put a data in here. So first of all, we will put a data, that is value, that is population. So population would be put in the field. So population would be put into values. So now you can see this is the tree map. But after putting the population in a tree map, we have to put few lot things, because the tree map is not making a sense now. So we will drag and drop the country in details. So this is looking like this. This is Africa. Like if I select on Asia, the country will be changed: India, China, Indonesia, Pakistan. And for the year wise, if I do that, again it will change. So this is how you will see the tree map. But there are few things I want to put in, because we have a region name that on the basis of a country that we can count on, but we also put in a category. So I want to group the data by category also. So how do I do that? Again, in the dimension age group, I will go and drag and drop the category into a group field. So when I put in here, you will see the changes. So you can see when I put in a child, now you can see in India child. And if I click on a baby, you will see the baby in India. And if I click on adult, I will click on adult in here, but I do not require it because it is creating a lot of mess in here. So for that I will introduce a table. So I will click on it. I will delete this category from here because it is making a lot of mess in my data. Again, I will introduce a table to introduce a category in our data set, because certainly sometimes numbers are required to see a lot of depth in our data set. So how do I introduce a table into our visualization? For that, again, you have to go into the visualization pane. In a visualization pane, there is option available to you, that is table. When you click on it, this table available to you, which will come in your report view. So now we have to put the things in our data set. That is, first of all, we will put in a country. So just put in the values. So we are having a country. So after putting the countries in a value section, you will be able to see the table that is for the country, and we have a lot of countries in here now. So for particularly country, we need few more things in our table. So we will introduce a things that is category. So because we want because you can see in here the data we have for the country specific. Now I want a data through which we can tell in a specific country how many category of adult or senior are available. For doing that, we have to introduce a category into our table. So drag and drop the category into a value section. Now you will be able to see the category of adults. So because we have already selected the adults, that's why it is saying only adults. So now we have a country category, but now we want a population size because then only you can tell how many adults are present in our data set. So again go into the population and drag and drop into the value section. When you drag and drop into a value section, you will be able to see the size of it. Now our table is complete and our data set is can be understood through the slicers. So specifically we will make changes in our slicer to understand the data. Now our table is ready. In here you will see the data set of each of the specific country. Now I want to play with the slicer and want to examine the data set through various parameters. Now I want a parameter from 1950 to 2000 and which is from the Asia. And from the Asia we want a child and child from the China. So when I click on it, you will see the total child that are available in our data set, which is this size. So you can see it from the here. If I click on Indonesia, the size or the number will change of the population. If I again go into the teenager, then the size of it will be changed. Again, young adults, the size of it will be changed. And if I click on India, the number would be changed. So this is how you will see the interactivity between multiple slicers, tree map and tables. So it is always dependent on your data set and what you want. So that only will give you an explanation to introduce a multiple things in your report view, and you will be able to exploit that multiple things and get the answer out of it. So with this point I am going to end this video and I hope your queries got cleared, and if not, kindly write us in comment section. We will surely get back to you. And if this video helped you in any way, kindly drop us a like and don't forget to subscribe our channel for amazing videos in future. Till then, have an amazing and good day.